you brought up AR. He looked really good. He's got a possible concussion right now, but
Yeah.
he looked like he could make a good running for Rookie of the Year, given the quarterback like kind of bonus with that award. And CJ Stroud didn't really impress me during that game, but Anthony Richardson, he might be the new guy in Indianapolis. I
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
know.
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's week 2. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Anything can happen, and it was Houston, but AR does look promising.
He
I will
looked
say that.
really good.
I just say that always because you don't want to get too excited, because when you get too overexcited, something always hits the fan. But in
But
this case, he does look promising. I will say that. He does look
much
pretty
crap
okay.
as we've given him on this
I mean,
show,
hey, it's kind of funny because I wanted him to prove me wrong, and out of the 3 quarterbacks, I thought Bryce Young would have been the best. I mean, he only played 1 game. He's playing tonight against New Orleans tonight at 7:15 p.m. So we'll know a little bit more about how Bryce Young plays going into tonight as well, because we only saw him in 1 game. But AR, I mean, last week he had like 20 points in fantasy. This week he had like about 20, 22 points in fantasy, which is more than Joe Burrow has had. And I hate to call that out, but I mean, hey, you know what? I mean, go figure. AR was cooking. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. Now, I do want to see him throw a little bit more, though. I do want to see him not get those rushing touchdowns. He is kind of replicating a Kenny Pickett rookie year thing where he would rush a lot. I mean, in that Jets game last year, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. I do want to see him throw a little bit more, but I do think AR has all the potential because everyone's talking about the cannon of the arm he has, and I haven't seen too many plays with it, but I'm hoping that we see it in the next couple of weeks for the Colts. But this is a very promising step for the Colts, but let's just hope that they can actually build an O-line around him so he doesn't end up like Andrew Luck, who retires when he's 27, because this dude is already on concussion protocol and it's week 2.
I think what Colts fans should be excited about is the big question was, can Michael Pittman Jr. and AR come up with some chemistry, especially going into a contract year for Michael Pittman Jr.? He was drafted in 2020. And I think the answer to that was very quickly a resounding yes. Michael Pittman Jr. and AR have looked very good together. Very fun. I'd like to see them against maybe the Jaguars defense is pretty good. Texans defense isn't really anything. Both are divisional games. I want to see how he does outside of the division. And I want to see if that relationship can survive that in some of these elite defenses that the NFL has. So,
Somebody at your door, Josh.
yeah, the Walmart people just dropped off my nacho cheese for tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
Monday Night Football.
Cheese and Monday Night Nachos. But no, I think AR has a lot of promise. I think Michael Pittman Jr. has a lot of promise. And if somehow, I don't know if this is possible, I don't know what the relationships are like behind closed doors, but if Jonathan Taylor comes back and is able to get on the field again, we might have a team down there in Indianapolis. I don't want to overreact or anything, but
I mean, the Colts are what? They're 1-1, or are they 2-0?
They're 1-1.
They're 1-1. Yeah, because they had Gardner going, and they were. Yeah, I remember. Okay, so, but the reason that's good though. 1-1. I mean, it's not the best start you could have. Obviously, 2-0 is always what you're looking for. But for a team like the Colts, I feel like 1-1 is pretty promising. And I mean, heck, you only need 7 more wins, and you've got yourself 8 wins, which honestly, if you can finish 8-9 this season, like that's great for Indianapolis. Go figure though. I mean, you guys are I hate to say it like that, and I know you're laughing at me, but listen, if I was in the boat of the Indianapolis Colts, I would be happy with an 8-9 season. But obviously, anything more than that is great. But if you can finish 9-8, 8-9, something like that after the train wrecks of seasons that you've had in Indianapolis over the last couple of years without Andrew Luck there, I think it'll be good for them. I think it'll be good. I do. I mean, I think it shows promise though, because then at that point it shows that Anthony Richardson can win games. So, and then all you do is you tank for a good draft pick. You get somebody good on offense or defense, probably an O-lineman, or maybe it's somebody on defense that's going to kill it. And the next thing you know, you're building a new team. Wow. The Indianapolis Colts starring Anthony Richardson in the quarterback field. I mean, come on. You're telling me that's not exciting?
No, it's not. The Indianapolis Colts being good isn't what I'm laughing at. I'm just so tired that my brain like slowly processed what you said. I've been up since 2 a.m. for those who don't know my work schedule. Very slowly processed you saying they have one win. All you need is 7 more. Then you have 8. And my brain just like on a had like a mental chalkboard of you like drawing 1 plus 7 equals 8.
Well, that's not what I was doing. I was saying you only need 7 more to get 8 because I mean, usually when a team finishes 8-9 or 9-8 or something like that, it means you had like a pretty average season. Now, granted, there is no 500 anymore, but for me, it shows that like, okay, this team finished 8-9. There's some promise there. If they finish 9-8, they're like, okay, well, there's they were only one more win away from getting that 10-7, which could have been a wild card spot. An 8-9, same thing. You're only 2 away. So it shows a lot of promise. That's why I said you're only 7 wins away from being at 8 wins. Now, granted, I'm not expecting them to win the next 7, but I mean, they show promise in Indianapolis. I don't need you assuming that I don't know math. I did do okay on my math quiz yesterday.
I got you. I knew what you were saying. It was just my brain's on a slow processor right now. We got like 1 megabyte per second going here.
Yeah, clearly you're running like a 1984 friggin' Macintosh or whatever.
Oh, we running like a Linux or something.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know if in 1984 had Macintoshes. I don't know.
I don't think they did, but
no. We'll just say it was a 1984 Macintosh because at that point it probably would have been slower than the first release of the Macintosh. So I'm not that stupid. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know my knowledge like that.
So the game we talked about the Colts.
Yeah.
I just rewatched the Commanders Broncos game, and it made me mad because I wish that was the game that was on my TV instead of the execution murder of Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
this game was so good. It was good on double speed.
With Russell Wilson was cooking.
Watching it, dude, Russell Wilson was cooking. Sam Howell was cooking. Terry McLaurin was cooking. Mims Jr. was cooking. Not Denzel. This other guy who I've never even heard of. Martin, I think, something Mims.
Yeah,
he had 2 big plays. Oh my gosh, this is the Russell Wilson that the Broncos thought they were signing up for last year. He had a 60-yard touchdown pass to Mims. He had a Hail Mary at the end of the game, which it ended up not only did they catch it, it didn't make it to the end zone. And I told my dad as he threw it, I was like, it's not going to make it to the end zone. Well, I was wrong because it bounced off the helmet of the Commanders player, bounced off the hands of a Broncos player, and like did 2 more bounces off people and landed in the arms of a guy that was standing in the end zone. Now, it didn't matter because there was the 2-point conversion didn't get converted, and there was probably some PI on that play, to be honest, but it didn't get called. So Commanders ended up winning. But you know what? If I'm the Broncos, I'm okay with that because they fought hard. And compared to last year being a meme the entire season, Russell Wilson looked good. Looked good. Sam Howell looked good. This might be another team. Can't believe I'm saying it. I think the Commanders might have found their guy.
I think
he was on the bench last year.
I mean, I like Sam Howell. I do. I really do. Sam Howell is special. I do. I like him a lot. I mean, I think he is going to be a really good player for Washington. I mean, but even like with Denver, I know they were talking about like Russell Wilson and stuff like that. I mean, last year was a meme, but like go figure. The Broncos have only lost by single digits, like less than 3 points in both losses of the last 2 weeks. They lost the Raiders by 1. They lost to the Commanders by 2. These are not huge losses. They are heartbreaking losses for the Broncos, but it's not one of those things where it's concerns. It's not like you're losing 37-10, like rip Jets fans over there. I feel like Stan is probably very upset right now, but that's besides the point. The point I'm making is that I do, for one, think Washington found their guy, and I think Russell Wilson's finally coming into his own in Denver. And it does make you have hope because obviously, like, as you know, for Broncos fans, they want Russell Wilson to do good because obviously that's their quarterback. I mean, the Jets wanted Rodgers to do good. Obviously, he got hurt. But nonetheless, I mean, we'll see what happens. But Sam Howell, I'm a really big Sam Howell guy. I mean, he came in the same,
I was very impressed with Sam Howell. He threw some passes that he threw them, and I was like, that was a dumb throw, but he threaded the needle.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed in the pocket. He stayed upright. He stayed poised. He had some good, smart throws. He knew when to get rid of the ball and not force a play. I think this might be the best quarterback that they've had since Kirk Cousins.
Really?
Yeah. Or maybe. I mean, if you want to count
RG3.
Nah, if you want to count Alex Smith coming back, okay.
I mean, I was just gonna say because like, yeah, I mean, who was the quarterback that took them into the first playoff game against Tampa? Was that Heineke that had to lead the charge for that one?
Heineke, yeah.
I mean, because the only one that I really like accurately remember, like, oh my gosh, Washington's legit. It just felt like that was the year of RG3 was when RG3 went in. But I mean, Kirk was pretty good too.
I think Kirk was a little bit better than RG3.
You know, thinking about that now for some reason, it's just like a fever dream to me. Like I can't imagine Kirk Cousins in like then Redskins jersey. Can't really imagine him in like Redskins colors anymore. I've only ever seen him in Vikings. What?
You like that?
What?
You don't know that. You don't remember that game? That playoff game?
I don't know what you're talking about. You're like,
they weren't supposed to. The Redskins weren't supposed to win the playoff game, and they won. And Kirk Cousins ran in the locker room, and he was pointing at the camera, and he goes, "You like that? You like that?" It became
but you just started saying that. It was so long ago, dude. It's 2023. It's like,
have you seen the Madden auditions? The whole Manning cast audition is just Kirk Cousins going, "You like that? You like that?" Then they've got Livy Dune, and they got all these other people in there. They got Reese Witherspoon.
All right.
Have you not seen that? Oh, I'm sending you those videos after we record.
Okay. All right.
You haven't seen the Manning cast auditions?
I don't know if I have or not. I just feel like it's just so random that you brought that up. I was talking about I can't imagine myself seeing Kirk Cousins in a Redskins jersey because I've seen him in a Vikings jersey for so long over the last couple of years, and all it's ever been is Kirk Cousins in the Vikings for me. And then all of a sudden I just started hearing you go, "You like that? You like that?" I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. Like, come on, man.
Because whenever I think of Kirk Cousins, that's what I think of.
Well, I don't even know what thing that I could like compare that to. But if I started like bringing up some like Steelers 2013 like reference or something like that, you would have no idea what I'm talking about. Like you would have no clue. And like, because it would be just so out of the, like, so random. Like, it would be me literally being like, you're being like, yeah, you know, like, you're talking about like Kenny Pickett or something like that. And then I just mentioned something that like, you know, Ben Roethlisberger or like Terry Bradshaw said or something like that, like 15 years ago. I mean, it wasn't that long for Kirk, but like, that'd be just like so random for me to be like, and you're like, what are you talking about?
You like that?
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, but it had nothing to do with what I was talking about. Not entirely. It's just whatever.
But
next topic.
Sam Howell looked good.
Yeah, Sam Howell looked great. Yeah, Sam Howell.
Russell Wilson looked good. That is the point of